चलो Yes, good morning all. So today we will be discussing regarding the problem on the midpoint circle algorithm. Yesterday the derivation of midpoint circle algorithm has been done. So we will list down the formulas related to the midpoint circle algorithm. Midpoint circle algorithm. So we have calculated the decision parameter, initial decision parameter pk, and we have derived the equation for the subsequent decision parameter pk plus 1. Okay. So writing the equations for them, pk was equal to initial decision parameter. It is taken as 1 minus r. Actually it was 5 minus 5 but divided by 4. Okay. So that was around 0.8, so it is approximated as 1. It is the approximated value. So it is taken as actually it was 1.2. Okay, so it was 4. Okay, it was 1.2. Okay, so we have approximated that value as 1. So that is 1 minus r. Then the subsequent decision parameter pk plus 1. Subsequent decision parameter pk plus 1. So here it was pk plus 2 into the bracket xk plus 1 plus yk plus 1 whole square minus yk square minus yk plus 1 minus yk plus 1. So this formula was derived in previous class. So this is the formula for the subsequent decision parameter. Okay, and then we had listed the pk greater than or equal to 0 conditions, pk less than or equal to less than 0. So the next x and y coordinates xk plus 1, yk plus 1, xk plus 1, yk plus 1. So we have taken the circle, we have derived this for the first octant. You have seen the properties of a circle. We have divided this into 8 equal parts. Okay. So we had considered this part. We had considered this part for the analysis. Here the end point should be x is greater than or equal to y. Okay. So when you say x is greater than or equal to y, the value of slope in this octant will be less than 1. The value of slope in this octant will be less than 1. Whereas it is opposite in the second. This we have taken it as first octant, and this we have taken it as second octant. Okay. So it is required to calculate the coordinate points in the first quadrant. Okay. So if I calculate the coordinate point in this octant, I can get the other one here. Okay, so the coordinate points here, if they are reflected at 45 degrees, then I will be able to get the other points in the second octant. Okay, so usually here the slope value will be greater than 1. Usually here the slope values will be greater than 1. So when slope is greater than 1, we know that x and y has to be interchanged. X will become y and y will become x. Therefore, we will not bother about the second octant. We will calculate the points only in the first octant, and then I will tell you how to write the other points in the second octant. Okay, and this quadrant, this quadrant, this quadrant. Okay, so rest of the points, how we can write it, we will see later on. So here the condition was x moves with unit intervals, xk plus 1, here also xk plus 1. Okay, so here the value of y is decrementing. The value of y is decrementing. Either y can take the value of yk, or it can take the value of yk minus 1. We should not increment the value of y, we should decrement the value of y. So this point I have considered. If you see, if you take any random point here, if you see, the value of y is decremented, not incremented. Okay, so y value should be taken as, y moves in unit intervals, but y value should be taken as yk minus 1. Okay, so here this will be yk minus 1 and this will be yk. These conditions are already given to you in the previous class. Okay, so today we will discuss a problem on this. Problem on midpoint circle algorithm. Okay, so note down the problem. Determine the intermediate pixel points, or determine the coordinate points, of a circle with radius 8 units, with radius as 8 units, with radius as 8 units. Only the radius value will be given to you here, and rest all the values should be determined. Okay, so now if you draw the circle, here. So it is split into equal 8 parts. So this is octant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So there are 8 octants here. So for my analysis, I am considering this octant. I need to determine the intermediate pixel points here. What are the intermediate pixel points? Okay, only if I get these intermediate pixel points, I will be able to write all the pixel points, rest all the pixel points, by using the property of reflection. Okay, so we will see how we can get it. Use these formulas. Okay, so here if you take this as a origin 0, 0, okay, so the distance is 8 units. So it is 0, 8. It is 0, 8. Okay, in x-axis it is 0 and in y-axis it is 8 units. Okay, because the radius is 8. Okay, so I have to determine the intermediate pixel points here. Okay, so to determine the intermediate pixel points, I will use the same table. Say iteration. K. Iteration K. Okay, previous pixel point xk, yk. previous pixel point xk yk, decision parameter pk, decision parameter pk, and the last one is the next coordinate point xk plus 1 comma yk plus 1, yk plus 1. Okay, so I should make a table like this and then proceed. So we'll start with the 0th iteration. You can say it as the first iteration. Okay, so take this point as the first point, that is 0 comma 8, 0 comma 8. Okay, so determine the value of the decision parameter pk. Pk is equal to, initial decision parameter is given as 1 minus r. So calculate it. 1 minus radius is 8 units. So that is equal to minus 7. Take it as minus 7. Minus 7. Okay. So it is negative. When it is negative, you have to use these conditions. X should be incremented by unity and y should be kept as it is. Okay. So here 0 becomes 1 and y should remain as it is, 8. Y should remain as it is, 8. Okay. So this is the first iteration. Okay. So next one is 1 comma 8. 1 comma 8. Okay. So from second iteration onwards, I should use this formula. I should use this formula. Okay. So here I will write it. Next, pk plus 1. Pk plus 1. Okay. So I will not write the formula here. I will directly substitute. Okay. So the formula, you have to refer this formula. Okay. So pk value, previous pk value is minus 7. Okay. Plus 2 into the bracket xk plus 1. Okay. Here it is xk. Xk means the previous pixel point. So this is the previous point and this is the next point. This is xk, this is xk plus 1. This is yk, this is yk plus 1. Okay. So xk value here is 0. Xk value here is 0. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 plus here yk plus 1 whole square minus yk square. Okay. So yk plus 1 is this and this is yk. Okay. So I have to square it. So 8 square is 64 minus xk square, that is 64. This 8 square minus this 8 square, 64. Then minus, symbol here is minus. Okay. So then yk plus 1 minus yk. Yk plus 1 is this value minus yk is this value. Plus 1. Plus 1. Right. Okay. So this will be 0. This will be 0. Okay. So it is minus 7 plus 2 plus 1. Okay. So the value of this is minus 4. The value of this is minus 4. Okay. So it is negative. Again, same condition. X has to be incremented and y should be kept as it is. Okay. So this 1 becomes 2 and 8 should be kept 8 only. 8 should be kept as 8 only. Then next iteration 2 comma 8, previous pixel point. Okay. So then you write down this pk plus 1 is equal to this pk minus 4 plus 2 into xk plus 1. Xk value now here it is 1. Okay. So this is xk plus 1, this is yk and this is yk plus 1. Therefore, xk value is 1 plus 1, then plus yk plus 1 whole square, that is 64 minus yk square, 64 minus 8 minus 8 plus 1 plus 1. Okay. So this will be 0, this will be 0. So it will be minus 4 plus 4 plus 1. So the value of this is plus 1. The value of this is plus 1. Okay. So it is positive. When it is positive, you have to use this formula. Xk plus 1, next x coordinate will increment by 1 and next y coordinate will decrement by 1. Okay. So x coordinate will increment by 1 and y coordinate will decrement by 1. 8 becomes 7. 8 becomes 7. Okay. So like this you have to continue till you obtain this point, that is when x is greater than or equal to y. Okay. So third point is third iteration, it is 3 comma 7. Okay. So I will write it here. Pk plus 1 is equal to 1 previous pixel point plus 2 into xk plus 1. Sorry, 2 into xk plus 1. Xk is 2 plus 1 plus. Okay, now you have to be careful while using this formula. Yk plus 1 whole square minus yk square. This is yk plus 1 and this is yk. So yk plus 1 whole square, that is 49 minus 64, 8 square. Okay. So again minus sign here. Yk minus yk plus 1 minus yk. Okay. So yk plus 1 is 7 and yk is 8. That is 7 minus 8. Then plus 1. Plus 1. So simplify this. What you are going to get? So here it is 1 plus 3 to the 6. Here it is minus 15 plus 1 plus 1. This is plus 1 and this is plus 1. Okay. So here it is 6, 7 plus 2, 9. Minus 15 plus 9. So that becomes minus 6. So the decision parameter is minus 6. The decision parameter is minus 6. It is minus. So use this formula. X has to be incremented. Y should be kept as it is. X 3 becomes 4. Y should be kept as it is 7. Then the next iteration 4 comma 7. Okay. So I will calculate it here. Pk plus 1 is equal to minus 6 decision parameter plus 2 into xk plus 1, that is xk is 3 plus 1, xk plus 1 plus yk plus 1 whole square minus yk square, that is 7 square minus 7 square, that is 49 minus 49. Okay. Minus 7 minus 7 plus 1. So this and this will be cancelled. So it is minus 6 plus 8 plus 1. It is 9 minus 6, that is 3. Okay. So it is positive. Use this formula. X has to be incremented, y has to be decremented. Okay. So x has to be incremented, and y has to be decremented. 7 becomes 6. Next iteration 5 comma 6. Okay. So I will calculate it here. Pk plus 1 is equal to previous decision parameter plus 2 into xk plus 1. Xk is 4 here. 4 plus 1 plus yk plus 1 whole square minus yk square, that is 6 6 are 36 minus 7 7 are 49 and minus yk 6 minus yk plus 1 minus yk 7 plus 1. Okay, you have to simplify this. Be careful while simplifying it. Have a patience and then simplify it. Otherwise, if you go somewhere wrong here, your entire problem will be wrong. So it is 3 plus 10 minus 13 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, it is 3 plus 10 plus 13, sorry, minus 13 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so this will get cancelled, so we will get 2. 2. Okay, so it is positive. When it is positive, x has to be incremented, y has to be decremented. So x has to be incremented, that is 5 becomes 6, and y has to be decremented. 6 becomes 5. 6 becomes 5. Okay, now if you see the condition over here, okay, so this should be the end point for me, that is the end point of the octant, that is when x is greater than or equal to y. If you check here, x is not greater than or equal to y. X is 5 and y is 6. So if you see here, x is 6 and y is 5. Okay, so it satisfies this case, that is x should be greater than or equal to y. Okay, so here I should end my iterations. Okay, so these are the points in between this octant. Okay, in between this octant. I will write it once again. Okay, I will write it here. I have to write all the 4 quadrants. I have to write all the 4 quadrants. Okay, so I will write here first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Okay, so in the first quadrant, the first point is 0, 8. I will write only the coordinate points in the first quadrant, and then I will tell you how to write the coordinate points in the second, third and fourth quadrant. Okay, so before that I will list this. In the first quadrant, x and y both will be positive. In the second quadrant, x will be negative, y will be positive. In the third quadrant, both x and y will be negative, and in the fourth quadrant, x will be positive and y will be negative. You have to remember this. Okay, so then you have to write the points. So first point is 0, 8. First point is 0, 8. Then the second point is 1, 8. Third point is 2, 8. Fourth point is 3, 7. Fourth point is 4, 7. Then 5, 6. Okay, then 6, 5. 6, 5. Okay, so here the circle. Okay, so I have written the coordinate points of the first octant. The coordinate points of the first octant. Still I have not written the coordinate points of the second octant. Okay, so as this part is symmetry here, okay, so I can change x to y and y to x. Okay, so by getting all these values, by interchanging all these values of x and y, I will be able to get the location of the points in the second octant also. Okay, so here already I have got 5, 6. This is reverse. Go in the reverse order now. Okay, so this becomes 7, 4. this becomes 7 comma 3. This is 8 comma 2. This is 8 comma 1. This is 8 comma 0. This is 8 comma 0. Okay. If you see here, I had started it at 0 comma 8 and I had ended it at 8 comma 0. 0 comma 8 is the starting point and 8 comma 0 is the 0 comma 8 is the starting point and 8 comma 0 is the ending point. Okay. It means that in the first quadrant I have listed all the coordinate points to join the circle. Okay. So similarly, if I reflect this point about x-axis, then I will be able to get the coordinate points in the fourth quadrant. Okay. So or otherwise you can see these plus plus, plus minus, minus plus, minus minus, plus minus. You can write these are the xy values. Okay. So use these symbols. So here x all the values will be negative and y all the values will be plus. Okay. So 0, there is no symbol for 0, so it becomes 0 only, and 8, here it is 1 becomes minus 1 comma 8, minus 2 comma 8, minus 3 comma 7, minus 4 comma 7, minus 5 comma 7, minus 6 comma 5, minus 7 comma 4, minus 7 comma 3, minus 8 comma 2, minus 8 comma 1, and minus 8 comma 0. These are the coordinate points in the second quadrant. Then here both should be minus. Both x and y should be minus. Okay. So 0 comma minus 8, minus 1 comma minus 8, minus 2 comma minus 8, minus 3 comma minus 7, minus 4 comma minus 7, minus 5 comma minus 6, minus 5 comma, here it should be 6, then minus 6 comma minus 5, minus 7 comma minus 4, minus 7 comma minus 3, minus 8 comma minus 2, minus 8 comma minus 1, minus 8 comma 0. So these are the coordinate points in the third quadrant. So then fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. So keep x values as positive and y value you negate them. So it is 0 comma minus 8, 1 comma minus 8, 2 comma minus 8, 3 comma minus 7, 4 comma minus 7, 5 comma minus 6, 6 comma minus 5, 7 comma minus 4, 7 comma minus 3, 8 comma minus 2, 8 comma minus 1, and 8 comma 0. 8 comma 0. Okay. So these are the coordinate points. By joining all these coordinate points on the circle, I will be able to get the exact position of the circle. Okay. So this is about the midpoint circle algorithm problem. Okay. So you should be very careful while listing these formulas and using these formulas. Okay. So you should be very cautious while simplifying the things here. Okay. Take your own time and simplify. Okay. So if you go wrong here, then your entire algorithm will be wrong. Okay. So take your own time, simplify, you will be able to get the exact results. Okay. So that completes the problem on the midpoint circle algorithm. Okay. So if you understand the midpoint circle algorithm, derivation of a midpoint circle algorithm, okay, you can easily derive the equation for midpoint ellipse algorithm as well. Okay, but here there is some small change here. Okay, so we'll see what is that change. We'll study about the midpoint ellipse algorithm. Midpoint ellipse algorithm. Okay, so I will draw an ellipse here. I will draw the ellipse here. Okay, so and I will draw it like this. I will draw it like this. Okay, so all of us know that an ellipse has got minor axis and the major axis. Okay, so the radius of minor axis is different and the major axis is different. Okay, so here if you see, this is the major axis and the radius of this is A, and this is the minor axis. The radius of this is B. The radius of this is B. In the earlier case, in the circle, okay, all the distances were same. That is, all the distances were located at r units. But here it is not the same. Okay, and equation of ellipse also differs. Okay, so like same here. Again, I will split this into 8 parts. I will split this into 8 parts. That is 8 octants. 8 octants. Okay, so this is the first octant. This is the second octant. This is the first octant. This is the second octant. This is the third octant. This is fourth. This is fifth. This is sixth. This is seventh. This is eighth octant. Okay, so here like same thing here. This is the first octant. This is the second octant. Okay, so this is the third octant, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, like that. Okay, so in this octant also the value of slope will be less than 1. But unlike in the midpoint circle algorithm, we had calculated only the coordinate points from this. Okay, and we had reflected the coordinate point about this 45 degrees line. Okay, but here we cannot do it because we do not have the same radius. Okay, if you have the same radius, you can do it. Otherwise, you have to calculate separately for the first octant and separately for the second octant. Okay, the conditions for first octant and the second octant will be different. Okay, in the second octant, the slope will be greater than 1. The slope will be greater than 1. Okay, so here two cases we have to derive for first octant separately and the second octant separately. Okay, so the conditions for first octant and the second octant I will write. First octant, if I consider the first octant, that is this octant, if I consider only this octant, okay, if you see what is happening, okay, so here that is slope is less than 1. Okay, so I should write the x coordinate and the y coordinate, next x coordinate and the next y coordinate. Okay, if you see here sorry, if you see here, next x coordinate, x is getting incremented. Okay, so for slope less than 1, we know that the value next coordinate point, the value of the next coordinate point will be incremented by unity. Okay. So then here there are two possibilities, yk plus 1, okay, like the same derivation what we had done for midpoint circle algorithm. It can take the value of yk or it can take the value of yk minus 1. Why? Because the value of y is decrementing. Okay. So it can be a yk above value or it can be yk minus 1, that is the below value. The value of y is decrementing. Okay. So there are two possible points here. So what are those two possible points? Okay. So midpoint of those two should be calculated. Okay. So those possible points are xk plus 1 here and yk. Here also xk plus 1 only, yk minus 1. So these will be the values of x and y. Okay. So average of these two has to be taken. When we say midpoint, we have to take the average of x and we have to take the average of y. Okay. So average of x has to be taken and average of y has to be taken. Okay. So like this you have to simplify the things. Okay. So same thing for second octant, we have to derive it separately here for slope greater than 1. Okay. So I have to write the next x coordinate and I have to write the next y coordinate. Okay. So here when the slope is greater than 1, we know that y moves in unit intervals. Okay. But the question is y increments or y decrements. Okay. So obviously the value of y is decrementing. Okay. Therefore yk plus 1, that is next y coordinate, is yk minus 1. The value of y should be decremented. Okay. Whereas x coordinate, okay, it can be xk previous point or it can be xk plus 1 next x coordinate. See here the value of x is incrementing, the value of y is decrementing. Okay. So like that. So if you take two possible points, the two possible points will be xk yk minus 1 and xk plus 1 yk minus 1. Okay. So these are the two possible points. By considering these things, we have to calculate the decision parameters separately for first octant as well as the second octant. Okay. I will consider the first octant now and I will solve this. Okay. So probably the second octant in the tomorrow's class I will be discussing because of lack of time. Okay. So first octant, if I consider octant number 1, okay. So I have to consider the midpoint of the two possible points. Therefore the midpoint of the two possible points here is, okay, so average of xk plus 1 plus xk plus 1 divided by 2, that becomes xk plus 1. Okay. So then average of these, average of y, that is yk plus yk minus 1 divided by 2. Okay. So this will be yk minus half, okay. So this will be the x coordinate and this will be the y coordinate of the midpoint, okay. So then the equation of ellipse all of us know. Okay. So I will write the equation of ellipse. Equation of ellipse is equal to, is given by x square divided by a square plus y square divided by b square should be equal to 1. This is the equation of ellipse. Okay. So I will simplify this. Okay. I will take the LCM. Okay. After taking the LCM, it is x square b square plus y square a square. Okay. So denominator is now a square b square. Okay. So denominator is sent on the other side. Okay, so here it is a square minus a square into b square. So I will take it on the left hand side, that is a square b square. After simplifying this ellipse equation, I have got it like this: x square b square plus y square a square plus minus a square b square. Okay, so now I have to calculate the decision parameter. Okay, so we know that the decision parameter, or you can say the initial decision parameter, pk, initial decision parameter pk, initial decision parameter pk. Okay, so I have to consider the midpoint here, and I have to simplify. Okay, so this is the value of x and this is the value of b. Okay, so x square is xk plus 1 x square into b square plus y square is yk minus half whole square into a square minus a square b square. Okay, I will simplify this part and I will keep this part as it is, that is xk plus 1 whole square into b square plus, I will simplify this, it is in the form of a minus b whole square. Okay, so it is a square yk square plus 1 by 4 a square, yk square into a square it should be. Okay, so multiplication yk square into a square plus 1 by 4 a square minus 2ab, that means yk a square minus a square b square. So this is the value of your initial decision parameter pk. This is the value of your initial decision parameter pk. Initial decision parameter pk. Okay, now I have to determine the subsequent decision parameter, that is pk plus 1. The subsequent decision parameter, or the next decision parameter, pk plus 1. Okay, what I have to do here, I have to change the subscript from k to k plus 1. Okay, so I will do that, that is pk plus 1, it should be equal to, this is xk plus 1 plus 1 whole square b square plus yk plus 1 whole square a square plus 1 by 4 a square as it is minus yk plus 1 a square minus a square b square. Okay, so this will be the value of the next decision parameter. Okay, so here if you see, for slope less than 1, I can substitute the value of xk plus 1 as xk plus 1 as xk plus 1. This is for slope less than 1, and I am deriving it for the case of slope less than 1. Whereas I should not write the value of yk plus 1 as either yk plus 1 or yk minus 1. I should not do that. Okay, so yk plus 1, next y coordinate should be remain as yk plus only. Only I have to change the value of xk plus 1 as xk plus 1. Okay, by doing it, xk plus 1. Okay, I have written the xk plus 1 as xk plus 1. Then plus 1 as it is whole square into b square. Rest all the terms as it is, plus yk plus 1 whole square a square plus 1 by 4 a square minus yk plus 1 a square minus a square b square. Okay, so I will simplify this. I will take these two terms as 1 and this term as 1, that is in the form of a plus b whole square. Okay, I will apply the formula of a plus b whole square, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so here it is xk plus 1 whole square b square plus 1 square into b square as it is. Okay, plus 2 into xk plus 1 plus 2 into xk plus 1 into b square Okay, so next all the terms as it is, plus yk plus 1 square a square plus 1 by 4 a square minus yk plus 1 a square minus a square b square. Okay, so this is the subsequent decision parameter pk plus 1. Okay, now as per the procedure I have to calculate the value of pk plus 1 minus pk, that is pk plus 1 minus pk. Okay, so I will rewrite all these terms. Xk plus 1 whole square into b square plus b square plus 2 into xk plus 1 into b square plus yk plus 1 plus yk plus 1 a square plus 1 by 4 a square minus yk plus 1 a square minus a square b square. Okay, so this is entire term of pk plus 1. Now I have to negate this. Okay, pk plus 1 minus pk. Okay, so all the terms here will be minus. So I will write here, that is minus xk plus 1 whole square into b square minus xk plus 1 whole square into b square. Then minus yk square a square, plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, minus 1 by 4 a square plus yk a square plus a square b square. Okay, this is the value of yk plus 1 minus yk. So here cancelling out the terms which are possible. Okay, so this a square b square, this a square b square can be cancelled. This 1 by 4 a square and 1 by 4 a square can be cancelled, and this is the first term xk plus 1 whole square into b square. This entire term and this entire term can be cancelled. Okay, so writing the rest of the terms, that is pk plus 1 pk plus 1, it should be equal to okay, so sending this pk on the other side, that is pk as it is plus okay, now writing all the left terms here. Okay, I will write this term first, that is 2 into xk plus 1 into b square into b square. Okay, so then plus, okay, so I will refer these two terms now. Okay, so square terms, this is a square term and this is a square term. No, some error is there here. Okay, so this symbol, just see here, it should be plus. Okay, so here it is plus, so minus ik plus 1 square terms. Okay, I'll write the equation first and then I'll try to modify. That is yk plus 1 minus whole square minus yk square into a square Okay, then here minus yk plus 1 minus yk into a square again. Okay, so this plus b square as it is, Okay, so this is the subsequent decision parameter. Okay, so here we'll go back. Okay, so there is a sign error here. Okay, this should come as positive, please check it. This should come as positive, please check this one. Okay, so here it was yk whole square into a square plus 1 by 4. Okay, it is minus yk a square. Is correct? Okay, so when it is minus, just cross check it. Okay, so please have a cross check. No, this is correct. Okay, so square term I should collect it. Where is the square term? I think this should be square. Just check it. Okay, yes, it is square. Okay, I have not written the square here. Okay, so this is yk plus 1 whole square into a square. There is yk plus 1 whole square into a square. yk plus 1 whole square into a square. Okay, now if you simplify, you will be able to get this result. That is pk plus this term as it is plus. Okay, so from this term and this term I will remove a square common. Okay, so this is yk plus 1 whole square minus yk square. Okay, then I will consider this term and this term. Okay, so a square if I remove common, okay, minus a square if I remove common, here it will be yk minus 1 and here it will be minus yk. Okay, then the square term is as it is b square. Okay, so this is the equation of subsequent decision parameter. Okay, so now I will modify this. I will come to the initial decision parameter. This is important. Now initial decision parameter. Okay, so pk is given by xk plus 1 whole square into b square plus yk square a square plus 1 by 4 a square minus yk a square minus a square b square. Okay, in this equation I have to substitute the value of this point. Okay, so the coordinate point of this will be 0 comma b. Okay, so I have to substitute the xk value as xk yk value as 0 comma b. So xk will be 0 and yk will be b. Okay, so substituting it, xk is 0, then this is 1 square. Okay, so 1 square, there is just, that is 1 only, so b square plus yk square. Yk is b. Okay, b. I will write it as a square b square. Okay, this is a square and yk is b, that is b square, plus 1 by 4 a square minus yk value is b. Okay, so that is a square b minus a square b square. Okay, so this plus a square b square and minus a square b square will get cancelled. Rest of the three terms will be the value of the initial decision parameter. Pk is equal to b square plus 1 by 4 a square minus a square b. Okay, so this will be the initial decision parameter. This will be the initial decision parameter. So we have to remember the initial decision, this initial decision parameter and the subsequent decision parameter formulas to calculate the next point. Okay, so I will quickly write, if the decision parameter is greater than or equal to 0, what is the next point, and if it is less than 0, what should be the next x and y coordinates. So it is next x coordinate, next y coordinate, next x coordinate, next y coordinate. Okay, so here the slope is less than 1. When the slope is less than 1, x will move in unit intervals. Okay, so this will be xk plus 1 and this will be xk plus 1. Okay, so both the x coordinates will move in unit intervals, that is xk plus 1 and xk plus 1. Okay, and here I have to choose between yk and yk minus 1. Okay, so one value will be yk minus 1 and another value will be yk. Okay, so coming from the top, which one will come first? Yk minus 1 will come first or yk will come first? Okay, so that one we have to decide and we have to write here. Okay, so I will write the value of this y. Next y coordinate point will be yk minus 1 and here it should be yk. Yk minus 1 and here it should be yk. Okay, so this completes the derivation of midpoint ellipse algorithm. Okay, that is, by considering the first octant, we have to still calculate the second octant. Okay, so the same derivation we have to consider the second octant and we have to do it once again. Okay, but the value of x and y will change. Okay, so here I have to consider this second octant. Okay, so these 2 points, I have to take the average of these 2 points. Okay, so that is xk plus half and yk minus 1. Okay, by considering these 2 points, xk plus half and yk minus 1. Okay, so further all the derivation is to be done in the same way. Okay, here in when the slope is greater than 1, y will move in unit intervals. That we have to keep it in mind and we have to simplify this.